Welcome, everybody, to the Advanced Selling Podcast, the longest-running sales training podcast in podcast history, live and in person. I'm Bryan Neale.
I'm Bill Caskey.
Here every week for your listening enjoyment. If you're new to the program, welcome. We've got, 1,200 episodes for you to catch up on. Our voices have changed, but the content's the same, right? Still free,
exactly the same. It's just the same podcast.
Literally the same. You just keep going over and over and over. We have a LinkedIn group. Some of you are here because you're live. We've got a live audience here today because you're in the LinkedIn group. So it's an easy to join. That's a free thing. And we have a thing that's not free, but worth every dime. That's called the Insider Program. That is live coaching with my good friend and co-host, Bill Caskey, the first Friday of every month. Great group. Also just a cool community to be a part of. And the math on the return math on LinkedIn or on the Insider group is stupid. It's great. It's such a good value. So everybody should be in the Insider group.
And if you want to know some of the things that we talk about in Insider, we wrote a book here called 12 Bold Moves. If you want to go to 12boldmoves.com, a couple of you recognized us for it. It's the top 12 things from 2024 that we learned at Insider, and it'll give you some background. So 12boldmoves.com.
Great.
Okay. I had have you ever heard of the band Pure Prairie League?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Amy. Yeah.
Well, this is my story here.
Oh, sorry.
This is my story. No, you didn't. Yeah. Well, Pure Prairie League was popular in the 70s, 80s, I think. And they were kind of, how would you describe them? A kind of a country
rock.
Steel guitar, country rock.
Yeah.
Had a unique sound. I mean, it really did have a unique sound. It was kind of indescribable in terms of how to define it, but country rock's good. Well, as far as I knew, they only had one song that was popular, and that was a song, as Brian said, called Amy. And it was spelled like A-M-I-E or
A-I-M-E-E.
No, I don't think so.
What? It wasn't A-I-M-E-E? Okay, keep going. That's fine.
Anyway, so knowing that you're going to a concert where the band plays only one familiar song to you, what do you do during the day of the concert? What do you
look for other songs that they sing?
That's right. You look for other songs
that they sing. Yeah.
That you recognize.
Yeah.
And or you look at their newest album because they will always play 4 to 7 cuts from their newest album.
Yeah.
And so I'm going back and I'm listening to Amy, which is a cool song, over and over and over, thinking, okay, if there's some words I don't know, I better capture the words because I got one shot at this. It's gonna be 4 minutes. And sure enough, Amy is the last song they played.
Of course.
And several times during the concert, one of the original, I don't know his name, but it was funny. He goes, so why y'all here tonight?
Right.
I know you're here for that one song. Yeah. So he was funny about it.
I stand corrected. It is A-M-I-E. Did I say A-I-M-I-E?
Yeah, you said. I thought it was A-I-M-E-E, but it's A-M-I-E.
A-M-I-E, Amy. And sidebar, do you know what famous country singer was once a member of Pure Prairie League?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that gives it away. Is he went on the live now? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Vince Gill, right? Vince Gill. Vince Gill was a member of Pure Prairie League, right?
Vince Gill was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He came in and he got kicked out pretty quickly. I feel like he started to take over and they didn't like that. I think I heard something about that. But anyway, Pure Prairie League it's a good concert. They were really cool. And they stayed around outside for an hour.
Oh, that's great.
People, which is unusual.
That's really nice.
Most of those guys are gone. So, all right.
Carry on from our last conversation. We were talking a little bit about slowness and skills that we need if we ended into this slow thing. And as I'm thinking about this too, I always want to catch myself too, because I get caught up. I'm doing what I told people not to do in the first episode, which is, since we've been talking about it now for half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm finding myself getting kind of like, oh God, energy. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, it could be bad. Are we ready? And I'm like, that's so silly. So we're going to keep going deep on that topic, but I'm just coming clean with everybody.
Do we need to do some therapy?
We could. I could do. Yeah. I mean, it's
I'm the same way. I mean, I looked at it and I find the more I look at it, the more down I get about it. And so my lesson is, we'll stop looking at it.
Stop looking at it, right? Totally.
Stop looking, because it's not helpful. It's,
that's good.
Look at well, how are my customers going to be impacted, and what can I do to help them be impacted less? I mean, start getting into your own world and saying, how can I help people?
Well, yeah.
You know, one of the prayers, I call it the prayer of Solomon. I'm not sure who wrote it. I've probably talked about it before, but the prayer is, help me be strong enough to serve the people you've put me here to serve. And do it with, you know, gusto and zest and passion. And I think we have to get back when these times are tempting to go down the rabbit hole of doom, is to say, well, how am I serving people? What can I do to show up and serve?
Right. Okay, so we're doing skills.
Yeah, we're doing.
I got a couple more
skills. I got a couple more too.
Skills. So,
handful.
And it's ironic that we're doing a podcast, and the podcast is available on LinkedIn Live and Facebook and YouTube, right? All those places. Is the skill of using, and I'm going to say this on purpose because they're not always, but the skill of using the free assets that are available to you. So this is even going backwards for some of you. Many of you use LinkedIn Premium, or you pay for YouTube or whatever. There's a free version of a lot of things. You can do a lot of things for free. You do LinkedIn for free. There are so many free. You can do ChatGPT for free. And so the only excuse then is your interest in learning how to use these things, these tools. And I can't tell you, I had a friend / former client a couple of weeks ago who got RIFT, as they say, reduction in force, RIFT.
Yeah, I love that term.
RIFT. Who made a comment and said, I wish I had taken your LinkedIn advice back when you gave it to me many years ago, because all of a sudden they need it now, and they've not done the things that I and you have been talking about. The only thing to know about that is the only thing that will do any harm there is not starting or not doing the next thing. That's the only thing in front of you. And so a skill to develop as things maybe change or get more difficult, or whatever label you want to put to it, is a skill of using the free tools that are available to you. End of story. Now you go paid a little bit. So, okay, well, you got LinkedIn Premium or whatever. Or you say, well, it's not, doing a podcast isn't free. It's pretty darn close, isn't it? I mean, you can get a podcast starter kit on eBay, you know, for $28, and then you can get it hosted for $5. It's just not, it's not a lot. Yet people aren't using these tools because they haven't had to. And I don't want you to start using the tools when you have to, like my friend did. Use the tools now because it's a skill to learn that will help you flourish in any economy, in any market.
And and did your friend start, or did you not?
Started. It was less about starting. It was more about the next level of skill. If that makes sense. So this particular person started to do videos like just recently, but has been told by me for 10 years. Yeah. And video's great. It's great. And it helps, and it connects, and use it to find connections. We have this whole tool, teaches people how to find connections. Just use the tool. It's there. You don't use the tool, it doesn't work. So that's a thing. That's a skill to have. Use the free tools that are available to you. And then if you want to get your, credit card out and pay for LinkedIn Premium, I would do that too. Yeah. But don't use that as an excuse. Well, you got LinkedIn Premium, you can do that. I don't have that. So,
well, but when you even LinkedIn Premium, what, $100 a month?
Something, I don't even know.
Or Navigate. I mean, there's all sorts of, I'm unclear about all the different things, and we don't use them here, so I probably shouldn't comment about it. But even $100 a month, so what? I mean, $100 a month to reach tens, hundreds, or thousands of people and be able to direct message them. Do you know how much that would have cost 20 years ago? And the notion of buying, I'm probably in the market for a new DSLR camera this year, because mine's about 12 years old and still does pretty good video, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi and it's a pain. So I'm going to have to drop a couple grand. And I feel like, do I really, can I stretch the life of this one out? And then you think, wait a minute, $2,000 to be able to shoot a good video, to have people all over the world watch it. That's nothing. Right. So I think we got to kind of get our mindset around investing in ourselves and bring that up a little bit, because these $10, $20 a month things, come on, don't worry about it.
Seriously. And you got to use them. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
like that.
personal
I like that one of, are you leveraging or taking advantage of the things that are out there, whether it's free or low cost?
Yes.
Most people aren't.
Yes.
And a couple of comments here on the chat here, because we're live on these platforms, is, I use AI every day. A couple of
Yes.
people have said that. And most people don't use AI every day. Well, why not? If we say that it's really useful and helps you think through things and you've trained it properly and you know how to prompt, I use AI every day. I use it several times a day.
Yes.
Or when I'm getting stuck on something, when I'm trying to figure out, I went to Grok the other day and was asking it questions. It's a Twitter, it's an X product. You just have to get in the habit of saying it's a tool. It's kind of like your phone is a tool. You use your phone every day.
Yes.
Oh no, I refuse to use my phone. It's a newfangled technology. There's no way. Come on, use it every day. All right.
Do it.
Here's mine. And this goes back to the skill of commanding a premium. And that is and we talked about that last episode. We talked about how if your prices are going to increase or the market is going to be a little bit more tepid about buying from you, you've got to command the process. You've got to command a premium. One way to do that is to build what I refer to as a customer roadmap. And the customer roadmap is a map. It's a journey map. It's this happens and this happens and this happens after they engage with you. This is not the sales process. A lot of people say, well, but I got a sales process. Nope, it's not sales process. Sales process gets you from where you are to them saying, okay, let's go, engage, sign on the bottom line, sign on the line that is dotted. Our customer roadmap is what happens then. How are you going to get them to this promised land of where you say you can solve their problems and everything's going to be hunky-dory, as we say in Indiana? Everything's going to be perfect. How are you going to get them there? Because you telling me it's going to be perfect, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I know you're trustworthy. I know you have a family. You don't lie to people. But salespeople and organizations who promise things are not the most trustworthy. They're just not.
Yeah.
Along with our leaders and people who scare us and people where the media has a very low trust factor in our country right now because they lie to us and we can't trust them. Well, salespeople lie and prospects know that. I know you don't, but you are not all salespeople. And so when you walk in and say, hey, I can solve these problems and I can get you here, and you don't tell them how you're going to do it, they don't believe you.
Yeah, right. Even if you don't, they still don't believe you. Even if you don't lie, tell them the truth.
Right.
Are we the only ones that say hunky-dory? I've never thought about that. What does hunky-dory even mean? I got to look that up after the show.
I don't
hunky-dory.
Been looking for a way to use it, though.
You need to call fact checker Doug. Is he in the live? Is Doug Drozen in the live? Fact checker Doug.
He's no longer with us.
Okay, thank you. That's a callback from last show. He's no longer with us. That was great. Okay, here's a skill. Ready?
Yep.
This is the skill of being a connector. Okay, and this is a skill that I didn't think was. I thought everybody sort of did this and had this, and I'm learning that people do not know how to do this. Being a connector is being able to see in a marketplace other people that need to know each other and putting them together. And it's one of the greatest karmic things you can do. It always makes, and I'll speak for myself, it always makes me feel good to put people together. It's very low pressure. I don't have to do anything. It's not like if the relationship works out, I'm not worried about that. But what I noticed is it's this kind of karmic reciprocity law kicks in. And the more I do that, the more seems to just come my way. And it's not tit for tat by the person scorekeeping. And I think that's a skill that people can really work on, because most people want to use LinkedIn and their connectors, or some people call it C of I, circle of influence, or center of influence. They want to use it to get. That's all they think about. Oh, well, if you ask for a referral, you know what salespeople suck at? Asking for referrals. You know what salespeople suck at is giving referrals. They suck worse at giving referrals than asking for referrals. And maybe if you gave a couple, you wouldn't have to ask for any, because they would just show back up for you. I get real bent on this topic.
I can tell.
Yeah. Well, it's
you steamed up you kind of steamed up the
camera, the video. It's just such an easy thing to do. And what I'm learning is it's not natural for a lot of people. They don't have a skill in that, or then a process to do that. I keep I have one meeting a month. It's not even a meeting. It's a productivity pod called a connector productivity pod. And all I do, I take this big list, I pile it up over the month, and I just sit down for 40 minutes, and all I do is connect people. And it just feels so good to do that. And I don't keep score. Don't worry about that. But ask yourself, who have I connected? Who have I sent an unsolicited connection to? Hey, Bill, you need to know Tom. Tom, you need to know Bill. And just send people to people. And don't worry about what happens with it. You're just doing good for others. So that's the skill I think needs developed. Connect.
We got a couple of comments here, which I like that. I like that skill. Hunky dory means fine or satisfactory from Terry. Mike Black says, poor Doug Drozen.
R.I.P. Doug.
Our regular listeners know of Doug.
They do. They don't fact check.
Doug stopped listening. He
That's funny.
Some other stupid podcast.
Not that ours are stupid.
Terry says video skills to bring updated information to your clients works! !
Yes.
Same thing with me telling everyone to use large language models. Now some have that they are killing it in sales and will discuss.
Yeah.
Okay. If your business is tariff impacted, meaning it is a concern in your marketplace, why don't you create a 3-part miniseries starting this Friday on, and you don't have to get political. Sometimes it's tempting to get political. Well, they shouldn't have. No, you're just saying, here's how to handle it. I've got a person in the logistics business, and one of their colleagues, one of their salespeople who might be listening, is very frustrated about the government's use of tariffs, and he's you can tell he's passionate about it. I mean, and rightfully so, because in the logistics business, they're shipping globally. Everybody's concerned. It's like it's on everybody's mind. I said, well, are you going to shoot a video sometime this week, resting assured? Look, if you come with us, we got you covered. We're going to be good. We're wired in. We have people in Washington or whatever the case is. Yeah. And he didn't respond, and that's okay. He probably won't. Yeah. Because that's a little stressful to start shooting a video talking. But all you have to do is shoot one talking about your perspective, how it's going to impact your industry. Here's some things you got to think about. If you're going to call us to talk, here's some things we need to know now that we didn't need to know a week ago. Just be helpful to people.
Literally. And I want to pick out one tiny thing that Bill said. You don't even know you said this, Bill. You said, shoot it this Friday. So if you're listening to this, it's not like, oh, that's a good idea. Bill said there. Freaking get your calendar out and book yourself the shoot tariff video from noon to 1 this Friday. And don't say, well, I got a busy Friday. Baloney. You do not. Nobody's got busy Fridays. You just don't. And do it. You don't have to release it, but just do it. And you'll work. And if I'm going to shoot a tariff video on Friday, what do I have to do? Got to research a little bit and think about it a little bit because I got the date set. And that's the part that people miss is they don't block it out and say, well, I'm going to think about it a lot. And they think about it for 8 months and never do it. Meanwhile, Jeb Blunt writes a book on it in 10 seconds, does an audio book called How to Sell, and then gets 3,000 people in an event to learn how to sell through tariffs because he takes action. Yeah. I love Jeb. Anyway, so I love that idea. And if you're the only one doing it, it doesn't have to be the best tariff video. It's the only tariff video because no other logistics salesperson is going to do that.
Nobody's going to do it.
No one's going to do it. No. So it's like, that's a great idea. Who we can't say who.
Can't say who it is.
But I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing?
But every one of their salespeople should be doing a tariff video or a tariff video series because everybody has a different perspective. Yes. One guy does a lot of domestic shipping and handling. Right. Okay, well, his perspective is going to be different than a global international carrier. Yes. And maybe you could get somebody on from one of your carriers to be on the video with you. And you say, oh, well, now, I got to have a studio. No, you got Zoom.
Literally.
You got Zoom or you got StreamYard. Well,
that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So we have covered in the last 2 episodes quite a few things. And maybe it feels to you like we are coming down a little harder on you. But I will tell you this. I made some big mistakes during COVID. When that whole shutdown happened, I was ill-prepared. I was not ready. I guess that's what ill-prepared means. I was hunky-dorily not ready. And because of that, my business took a dive, and it didn't need to. I didn't get online as quickly as I needed to. And heck, I've got it wasn't like online. What the hell's that? Right. I just didn't do it. I was asleep at the switch. And I'm not going to be asleep at the switch this time. You shouldn't be either. And if nothing happens, fine. You will grow your business exponentially this year if you do these 8 to 10 things that Brian and I talked about.
Just do them. It just won't be. And recessions aren't binary. It doesn't mean like we're going to stop producing goods and everyone's going to stop spending any money. It ebbs and flows. And if it's going to flow for 15 years straight, which it has for most of us, it's going to ebb a little bit and it'll flow again.
Yeah.
You just got to be as good as you can be in that ebb. That's it.
Make sure if you want to watch this episode, you can go to LinkedIn, and somewhere there in the Advanced Selling Podcast group, you will see a link to this. And we really appreciate all the people who joined us, Mike, Terry, Doug, Tom,
peeps.
Oh no, that was the Advanced Selling Podcast. Mike, I guess, Greg, did I miss anybody? Sarandon, Kathy, Lisa, Mike. Okay.
All the peeps.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.